Folk Wrestling back again with another review, and it is time for AEW Rampage, the 20th of January 2023. Of course, we are coming at you a wee bit late, but nonetheless, Folk Wrestling is the channel, it is the show that reviews all the shows in the world of wrestling. Of course, we're going to be reviewing, we currently review the Ruthless Aggression era, we currently review old ECW, and we're currently going to be starting old TNA from the very first Impact, so make sure to keep your eyes posted for all that. We do, of course, it is getting uploaded currently, the Ruthless Aggression stuff and the ECW, but more stuff coming in February, just to let you know. And of course, if you haven't seen the video earlier, it was the top 5 moments from the, was it the 27th? Or was it the 24th of June 2002. Edition of Monday Night Raw. Vince McMahon ushered in Ruthless Aggression. So a cheap wee plug here to kick off your AEW Rampage review. But anyway, let's get to the bad part of this video. So we've got the usual characters and commentary. I mean, again, JR and Jericho being used for Rampage commentary. This is just weird. Like, I know JR is like, I wouldn't say he's done on commentary. Is it more just a product that he's watching that he can't be arsed? I mean, if this guy was commentating on Austin against Kevin Owens at Mania, I think he'd be a bit more enthusiastic. But the fact he has to watch this garbage week in, week out, it will have your effect, though. I mean, it would affect anyone. I mean, we review this stuff every week, man, and it affects my mental capacity. But instead of wasting more time talking about commentary teams, let's actually dive into the action tonight on Rampage. Sadly, and it's you look at like the cover for this show, and it's all these matches just between absolute bums, man. It truly is. But we have Ethan Page, right, and it's the fact that he's with like that crew. I can't even remember what they're called. Matt Hardy's with them, and it's like, why the fuck is Matt Hardy a part of this faction? Matt Hardy, the guy like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, was like one of the most over things in wrestling. Like, literally. That's not even an over exaggeration. So it's fucking how this has went this bad. But Ethan Page gets beat by Jungle Boy here, and the story, what there is essentially, Matt Hardy cost us. It's the typical, this guy's in our faction, he's our slave, and fucking, he's the cunt, he's the guy that beats us, that typical narrative that they're trying to pull here. It's like, why is Matt Hardy even involved with these bums, man? Matt Hardy should be in a feud high up, man. Really high up, but no, he's not. Like, Matt Hardy should be taken on, like a Moxley, an Omega, those sort of people. I mean, these people, like him, like, alright, Christian had a few matches for the title, right? But it's like, see him, like Jeff, I know Jeff's on the gear, you get Sting, other people, I mean, they can't wrestle forever. So see why you've got them, make use of them. I don't understand this. I mean, people can be critical of WWE, but seeing they bring Brock and Goldberg, and when Triple H and Taker and Cena and fucking Rock and Austin have matches, I mean, they're not in the mid card, you know what I mean? Absolutely not in the mid card. They're in the big boy stuff. So for that reason alone, I don't understand why Matt Hardy has been belittled to this shite role. It just absolutely sucks, man. And for Matt Hardy, he deserves better. Out comes Tony Schiavone. He brings out the Mad King, Eddie Kingston. I wish I was watching the Mad King episode of Sons of Anarchy, but we're not. Of course we're not. We're not. And actually, he didn't even... What am I smoking about? Ortiz came out first. The Mad King, Eddie Kingston. Ortiz, though, basically kind of running down Kingston, saying, you were going to hit a woman, you've completely lost it. All this blah, 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 and all this shite. And then, basically, Eddie Kingston, he's heard enough. He's like, see you, Ortiz. I'm pish, but you're pisher. Chair shot, good night. Excalibur's marking it on the commentary like he just get dinner. But, man, who cares about this? I don't care about it. Do you care about it? No, really. Eddie Kingston sucks. He's a fat, flabby mess. He's coming with a wrestling show near the Europa Hotel in Belfast, Northern Ireland. So if you want to see that, you can check it out if you're in Northern Ireland. If you're not in Northern Ireland, then you can fuck off back to TJ, because who would bother wasting their hard-earned money going to see this shit show? I'll tell you who. No me, because I'm no in. I won't be going to the Europa. Imagine, like, they're hyping up this show completely. I mean, it's not really relevant to AEW, like, but they're hyping up this show, and like the only guy of name value is Eddie Kingston, and when that is the only guy in name value, you have a serious problem. But the House of Black, feuding with these bums, do we care? No. Then we have Brian Cage, where I don't even know who he's with, Prince something, taking on Willie Mack. Jericho marking out during this match, saying that Willie Mack is like a video game character. Mate, just shut the fuck up, brother. Who cares? Who absolutely cares? But Brian Cage hits him with the drill claw. He defeats Willie Mack, and now he will be facing Bryan Danielson, basically, you know, for the MJF point that, you know, he can't be facing me at the pay-per-view. Fuck's sake, guys, come on. Scooby-Doo. Anyway, next up, we have Jade Gargill and Layla Gray against Jediah and Jordan Femininity, right? And they're actually trying to hype up for this match. Oh, what can Jade Gargill make it 49 wins in a row to continue her undefeated streak? Well, hold on here, right? If she's going to lose her undefeated streak in a match, a tag team match against two bums I've never heard of, that would mean, it's AEW, like, would you put it past them? Probably not, if we're being honest, but Jesus, man, come on. To actually put that in the title of your fed, to actually make it seem like it's got a decent possibility is ludicrous, man. It just sucks. And AEW did it. Like, why can't they just title stuff like actual matches? Because half the time they give stuff away. Like, if someone wins the world title, they'll be like, oh, watch as Jon Moxley wins the AEW champ. Just an obvious ploy for feuds, because, I mean, they can't get feuds any other way. It's fucking embarrassing. Like, it truly is. Truly is embarrassing, but Jesus Christ. I mean, of course, Jade Gargill wins here. I mean, she wins after about 10 fucking minutes. Oh, 10 minutes, about 10 seconds in this match, so it is what it is, you know. So, bang, bang, good night, guys. But anyway, leave your thoughts down below on this wee match, because it was an instant classic. But anyway, guys, it is now time for your main event with the Jericho Appreciation Society member Daniel Garcia taking on Action Andretti. Guevara comes out to join the broadcast commentary team. Like, how can you have JR, Shivani, and fucking Jericho, and then this vanilla midget comes out, Sammy Guevara, an absolute jobber, man. I still don't like this guy. I don't like the look of him. I think he's just a cunt, if I'm being honest. Nothing personally's done to me, but at the end of the day, I don't like him. For that reason, guys, I don't like this. But, you know, Action Andretti's getting a bit of momentum here against Garcia, and then Jericho's like, that's not what we planned. Scooby-Doo. That's not what we planned, man. Ho ho. And then, like, you've got them like doing like all these goofy faces on commentary. It's just like, fucking hell. But yeah, Garcia actually gets beat by Action Andretti. Jericho greeting. Jim Ross saying that's a very tough loss for the Jericho Appreciation Society tonight. And I'm just sitting there at this point wondering, like, why did I waste my time watching this? Of course, guys, it is Sunday. It didn't get reviewed on Friday, or it would be Saturday morning here in the UK. So there we have it, guys. But anyway, I want you to leave your thoughts down below. In terms of rating this show out of 10, I don't really know what I'm going to get, man, because it sucks. It's awful. Like, it's so devoid of like star power. Like, you've got Jericho and Matt Hardy, and roles are just so insignificant. Like, if you blinked, you wouldn't even realise they're on it. I mean, oh, you could open your ears and hear Jericho on commentary, right? But like, the commentary team, right? I'll agree, it makes the show, but when they're commentating on pish, like, how good can the commentary truly be if they're just commentating on jobbers? that is the you know, the dilemma that we've got ourselves here. They fucking suck. The show sucks. Like, you know, back in the day when JR and King are commentating all the great stuff, I mean, Ruthless Aggression, the commentary adds so much to it, adds so much to epic moments. But see, at the end of the day, see if it's something awful, like, unless it's JR and King in their primes, they're not going to add too much to it. You know, and that's just the cookie crumbles here in AEW. Like, yes, this announced team on paper is fantastic, but when they're commentating on so much shite, how good can it truly be, guys? But anyway, leave your thoughts down below. I'm going to give this show a 0 out of 10. Did I review Dynamite? I think I did review Dynamite, and I gave it a 0, so AEW's got a few things in common this week. Zeros everywhere, but until next time, guys, Like, comment, subscribe, and I mean, I don't think I'm going to give an AEW above 0 for the rest of the year, but you know, Jade Cargill, man, that's where it's at. That's where it's at, man. No losing undefeated streak.